Aliens gave her 3 days to surrender. The human ambassador smiled. You won't last 3 seconds. The orbital station Defiant hung in geosynchronous position above the Pacific. Its massive frame a testament to 70 years of continuous human construction. Dr. Sarachin stood in the observation deck, watching the alien vessel materialize on every monitor around her. The Xenarch Dominion Collective, they called themselves 50 kilometers long, weapons systems that could vaporize continents. The transmission had been clear. Surrender Earth's government's resources and military infrastructure within 72 hours or face remediation. Sarah's hands didn't tremble as she adjusted the audio feed to the main diplomatic channel. Behind her, the UN Secretary General sat rigid in his chair, flanked by military liaisons from 6 nations. The secretary looked like he might vomit. The Xenarch appeared on the central view screen, a being of crystalline geometry and bioluminescent latticework. Its form somehow both organic and computational. Its voice came through the translator matrix, rendered in perfect English, utterly devoid of emotion. Human collective, this is sovereign designate Vexhale of the Xenarch Dominion. Your species occupies a resource-rich stellar territory. Your compliance will result in supervised continuation of your civilization. Resistance will result in extinction. You have 72 hours to demonstrate surrender through cessation of all military operations and... Sarah unmuted her private channel, cut the visual feed, audio only. The secretary jerked toward her. Ambassador, were you? Sarah was already moving toward the communication console. 60 years old, gray-haired, lean as a cable. She'd spent 42 of those years studying human-alien contact protocols. She'd written the textbooks. She knew something no military tactician in this room would ever understand. She opened a direct channel to the Xenarch vessel. Sovereign designate Vexhale, this is Dr. Sarah Chun, United Nations Diplomatic Corps. A pause. The crystalline being seemed to recalculate. Acknowledged. Please note that individual transmissions do not alter our timeline or requirements. Sarah smiled. It was the kind of smile that military officers and politicians found unsettling, not hostile, but knowing, ancient. With respect, designate. You should know what you're actually threatening. The threat requires no elaboration. Your species' technological capabilities are primitive. Your military capacity is negligible. Surrender or face extinction. I'm not talking about our weapons, Sarah said. I'm talking about us. The crystalline sovereign went silent. Sarah could imagine the computational processes rippling through its neural lattice. The secretary was now making frantic hand signals. The military liaisons looked like they wanted to arrest her. Elaborate. Vexhale finally transmitted. You've calculated our military capacity against yours. You've run the simulations. You've looked at pure technological and energetic output metrics. Sarah stepped closer to the monitor. What you haven't accounted for is that you're not facing a unified hive intelligence. You're facing individuals, billions of them, and we have something your species apparently lost millions of years ago. What is that? We're desperate, Sarah said softly. We're creative when we're desperate. We break our own rules. We improvise. We make deals with enemies. We sacrifice ourselves for abstract concepts like freedom and dignity. We're chaotic. The sovereign's bioluminescent patterns shifted. Processing. Your disorganization is precisely why you represent minimal threat. Sarah leaned against the console. In 1945, a nation called Japan attacked a naval base called Pearl Harbor. It killed 1,200 of our people in one morning. The American government's response was to mobilize an industrial capacity so absolute that within 4 years, they built over 140,000 aircraft, 70,000 ships, and defeated an empire spanning half the Pacific. She paused. We did that because our people got angry, because we're capable of hate. Historical data is irrelevant to current. In 2001, a group of humans crashed planes into buildings, killed 3,000 people. Do you know what happened? $2 trillion in military spending, 20 years of continuous warfare. We turned entire regions into conflict zones over principle. Sarah's voice was steady, practiced, absolutely certain. You've given us 72 hours. That's more than enough time for our governments to unite against a common external threat. Do you have any idea what unified, desperate humanity does? She smiled wider. We do things that don't make sense on any calculator. We send soldiers to die for inches of ground. We develop weapons we don't fully understand. We take risks that would bankrupt civilizations. The Xenarcha's patterns flickered. Your biological designate. You made logical decisions for millions of years. You think in spreadsheets and probabilities. Sarah stepped back from the console. You have superior firepower. You have better technology. You might even win. She unmuted the general channel so the entire station could hear her response. But you won't last 3 seconds once we realize we have nothing left to lose. Silence stretched through the solar system. Then, for the first time, the Xenarch Sovereign transmitted something that wasn't a directive or threat. It was a distress call to its fleet. By the time the alien vessel began its emergency jump to hyperspace, Sarah was already being escorted out of the observation deck. The secretary was screaming questions. The military liaisons were arguing about evacuation protocols. But Sarah was thinking about something simpler. They'd studied warfare, weaponry, strategic advantage. They'd never studied what happens when humans decide they're done negotiating. The evacuation of Earth's capitals began within the hour. The Xenarch never returned.